Hello guys, thanks for joining me. Today I'm going to do a quick video on this item which I bought on eBay the other day. I found it when I was just going through looking for things, and it was very cheap. It was just £5. It is damaged. The front cover here has been cut, as you can see. But it's a May of 1941 edition of the Wehrmacht. The Wehrmacht was a publication issued in Germany between 1936 and 1944, and it dealt with, basically, as it said there, the Wehrmacht. So you have the title there and the eagle up there. So, being May of 1941, this one would have dealt with the Balkans campaign, and we got a little article here on the German mountain troops breaching the Greek Maginot Line, as it says up there, and bunker combat 2,000 meters high. So they were up in the mountains between Albania and Greece. And you got these mountain troops here climbing up the mountain. You got the squad leader here with his MP40. And some quite nice photographs in the publication. So we got the mountain troops and infantry that were involved in the fighting up there. You still had a lot of snow up there at the time, even though it was springtime, up 2,000 meters and above. You had that was above the snow line at the time. So you got these soldiers here advancing against a Greek pillbox there. And you got a German demolition team here, pioneers with the demolition charge here advancing. You can see them protecting themselves against the snow and the rain with their Zelt bonds over their shoulders. And again, an action scene here of two soldiers here just about to blow that bunker there. Moving on, we've got a article. It says up there the last few kilometers before the town and fortifications of Belgrade. Belgrade was is the capital of Serbia, and then it says on there, so lernten Serbien unser Panzer kennen. Or this is how Serbia got to know our tanks, and it has this photograph here of these tanks going across a river. So you got a Panzerkraftwagen 3 there, you got some Panzerkraftwagens 2 in the background, and then you got the bigger Panzerkraftwagen 4 there. And that's a nice picture there of the Sonderwagen 232, which is the radio version of the 8-wheeler used for reconnaissance and going across a railroad bridge there. So that's a nice picture there. I do like these vehicles. That was my favorite vehicle when I was a kid. I built quite a lot of models as a child. Well, when I was about 12, 13. And that was my favorite model that I had. And then we got General Kleist here accepting the surrender of Belgrade. General Kleist was was in charge of the 1st Panzergruppe, but the army weren't the first into Belgrade. Actually, it was a SS captain by the name of Fritz Klingenberg. He was a SS Hauptsturmführer. He was the commander of the 2nd Company of the Motorcycle Reconnaissance Battalion of the Reich. And they were the first into Belgrade, and they took the surrender of the from the mayor of Belgrade. But I guess the army wasn't not very happy about that, so that's why it's not mentioned here. Anyhow, Captain Fritz Klingenberg got the Knight's Cross for his efforts. You also had the Hungarians involved in that campaign, so you got these Hungarian troops in the Balkans. And you got the vehicles there. You got the Hungarian tanks. I think that's a 38M Toad. I can't remember what they're called. I don't really have much of an interest in the Hungarians. I think that's the 39M Kasba or something like that. Armored cars with the Balkan crosses on the back. These were actually also used by the Germans. The German police used them extensively in Russia in months to come, once the Germans invaded the Soviet Union. Then we got a part bit here And I like the ads in these magazines. So we got wagons from Bremen, or trucks from Bremen. We got Borgbod. They were one of the companies that made these huge artillery tractors. Then we got the usual tobacco, film, toothpaste. We got a cartoon character here, Max. He's in the army, so he's cleaning his rifle, he's cleaning his boots, cleaning his tunic, and then lastly he cleans his teeth, as any good German soldier would have done. And I love this ad here for Henschel. They've got a Henschel truck here going through rough terrain, and it says here 2 or 3 axle vehicles for rough terrain use. So that's a nice one. That would be nice in a frame, I suppose. And then we've got the diary of a NCO in Norway. And we've got more ads here. We've got binoculars. This one here is quite interesting. This ad here is for officers' daggers. So the this one here says that the Luftwaffe one is 2650. That's Reichsmarks. The Army dagger, which is that one in the corner there, would have originally have cost 25 Reichsmarks in the day. And I've got a cat sitting on my magazine now. Right, continuing on. As I said, that's a very interesting little ad here for the daggers. So 25 marks, that's about, I don't know, that would have been about a fifth of the wages of a soldier back in the day. So they weren't that cheap. They got ads here for assault boats for the Wehrmacht. And here's another one down there. And then just more ads here for cigarettes and the usual items. They've got a puzzle page here, and somebody's done the puzzle here years and years and years ago. And here's a ad for the marching compass that soldiers were entitled to buy as a private purchase. So it says here, their Bosch March Compass, or Bosch Marching Compass, every soldier knows it. And another one here for toothpaste. Toothpaste must have been very popular back in those days. Got a jokes section here. And then it kind of finishes off with a Luftwaffe article here, or possibly Kriegsmarine, more likely. So it has here practice attacking convoys. So I guess these would be British convoys that they're practicing against. And you got this amazing photograph here. This is a flying boat. You can see it just there. And that is a Heinkel 115. And they were used in the reconnaissance and bombing roles. So you got the front observer and navigator here in the front here. And there's the boat here, so they're just doing a practice bomb run. And you can see the navigator observer there. You got the pilot there. And you got the radio operator in the back here. So that's quite a nice photograph, actually. You got the sea way down below. And then the end of the magazine, you got this bit here showing German mountain troops climbing up to the summit of Mount Olympus in Greece. So it says here, der Olymp unter der Reichskriegsflagge, or Mount Olympus under the Reich War banner. Anyhow, that was that. Just my little video on my latest cheap eBay purchase. As always, thanks for watching, and bye for now.